There was once a man named Leo. Leo lived in a city made of glass and cold stone, a place where the sun always felt like a spotlight, and the night was just a shorter version of the day. Like everyone else in that city, Leo was a collector. He didn't collect stamps or ancient coins. Leo collected more. He spent his youth gathering more speed, his middle years gathering more power, and his later years gathering more comfort. He was a man who believed that the meaning of life was a destination, a golden gate at the very end of a long, exhausting road. If he could just run a little faster, if he could just climb a little higher, he would find it. The thing that would finally make him feel whole. But Leo had a secret fear. Every time he achieved a goal, the feeling of victory lasted only for a moment. It was like drinking salt water. The more he drank, the thirstier he became. He looked at his reflection in the dark windows of the city, and he didn't recognize the man staring back. His eyes were full of calendars, and his heart was full of clocks. He was a stranger to himself. He had built a magnificent life, but he had forgotten how to live inside it. He was a king in a palace of shadows, shivering in the cold. One day, Leo walked until the pavement ended and the grass began. He found an old man sitting under a tree that looked as ancient as the earth itself. The old man held an empty wooden bowl in his hands. He wasn't begging. He wasn't waiting. He was just there. Leo, with his heart still vibrating from the noise of the city, asked him, "Old man, I have everything, yet I have nothing. I have conquered mountains, yet I feel like I am drowning in a shallow pool. Tell me, what is the secret to the harvest? When do I finally get to stop?" The old man looked at Leo, not with pity, but with a deep, quiet understanding. He pointed to Leo's chest. "You are trying to fill a bucket that has no bottom, Leo," the old man said softly. "You think your life is a story about what you can gain. But the real story, the only story that matters, is about what you are willing to lose." The old man held up his empty bowl. "This bowl is useful only because it is empty. If it were full of gold, it could not hold water. If it were full of stones, it could not hold rice. Your soul is full of the noise of the world, Leo. You have no room left for the silence, and it is in the silence where the truth lives." Leo sat down on the dirt. He felt the pulse of the earth beneath him. For the first time, he realized that he didn't need to reach the horizon. The horizon was already where he stood. He didn't need to become someone important. He was already a part of the stars, the wind, and the grass. The meaning of life wasn't a prize to be won. It was a presence to be felt. Leo decided to stay in the silence. He began to unburden himself, not of his things, but of the thoughts that had kept him a prisoner. First, he let go of the fear of time. He realized that time is not an enemy to be fought, but a river to swim in. He stopped counting the minutes and started feeling the moments. His jaw, which had been tight for 20 years, finally relaxed. Next, he let go of the fear of being forgotten. He understood that he didn't need his name carved in stone. He was a thread in a giant, beautiful tapestry. Whether he was seen or not didn't matter. The tapestry was whole because he was in it. The knots in his shoulders began to dissolve into the air. Finally, Leo let go of the need for an answer. He stopped asking, why, and started saying, yes. Yes to the cold wind. Yes to the fading light. Yes to the fact that he was tired. He lay down on the earth, the very same earth that watched over the city and the fields. He was no longer a worker. He was no longer a seeker. He was just a soul, returning to the stillness. The world around him became a blur of soft colors. The city was a dream he had long since woken up from. The old man was gone, or perhaps he had never been there at all. There was only the breath. Inhale, and the world was born. Exhale, and the world was gone. Leo closed his eyes. He wasn't running anymore. He had finally reached the center of his own soul. The harvest was done. The bowl was empty. The man was at peace. And Leo was home. Good night.